Yo, 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 yo. I don't know if this nigga Ash is gonna come up here. Yo, yeah, I wanted to make this room because on my timeline there was like a lot of people who were upset because of the shit that I said, and before I let people kind of just come in and let their opinions be heard, I want to say this real quickly, because I think a lot of people thought that I was mistaken, or they thought I misquoted, or they thought that I was overreacting. That's the one thing that people always, I find it funny when people believe that I overreact, even though I have a YouTube channel where on that channel, if you know anything about me, when I say something, I can literally give you a fucking 10-minute video.
Damn, is your Wi-Fi really cooked, bro? What's going on, my man? How you be flexing all your money and you ain't never have good Wi-Fi, my man? Alright, well, fuck you and your host. Listen, bro, the Warriors are them,
My bad.
and their dynasty is peak, better than LeBron's run. But we're not gonna get into all that.
Oh, my bad. My shit cut out. I'm sorry. I don't understand this concept of like people, especially people um, who know me, knowing that I can make a video that's like 10 minutes long and provide more than enough evidence of the shit that I'm saying to be a fact. Of course, you can find potentially holes in it. You can find it being skewed. You can find it, but to make it seem like I would make a statement and not have the ability to provide the facts of it is ludicrous. So, for people who don't know, let me first talk about the Warriors. Let me go to Curry. When I said last night that the Warriors are the best, you can make an argument for this that they're the best dynasty since the Chicago Bulls. If you look at this 8 year span that they're on right now, between 2015 until right now, they have, you can argue, or not argue, it's just a fact that this is the a top 15 stretch of any 8 year stretch of NBA history.
You underballing with top 15, by the way. You
I'm
lowballing with
and
that.
I'm lowballing just so because you can finagle it in so many different ways. You can say Tim Duncan's his first 8 years, and you can look at his essentially his last 8 years, and that still coincides. If you want to remove championships from the conversation, you can just look at regular season. This is a top 15 stretch. Hell, even if we remove postseason in general and just look at regular season, this is a top 15-year run. Excuse me, a top 15 8 year stretch of all time. Mind you, as we just only solely look at regular season, that's with me including 2.5 years of Klay Thompson not playing and another year of Curry not playing alongside Klay Thompson, where they won 15 fucking games. I can include that year, and it would still be one of the top 10 to 15 8 year stretches in NBA history. I'll even do you all better. If I were to just solely, however, look at the 6 years, the 5 year stretch between 2015 and 2019, and look at this year, essentially showing you all the years in which Curry, Draymond, and Clay have been playing when they're all in their primes, right? And even this year, Clay has only played two and a half. I mean, he's played half a season, basically. If I were to, however, just look at those 6 years, bro, that is a stretch of years in just regular season success where they are winning at a win pace of 76%. 76%. To put that in context, you can probably grab your favorite team right? Your favorite team, and you can go get the 6 best years of the franchise in your franchise history. So, for example, you can get the Phoenix Suns. You can get this year's Phoenix Suns. You can get a couple of years of Steve Nash Phoenix Suns. You can go get some years of Charles Barkley Phoenix Suns and get the best 6 years that the Phoenix Suns have seen in their franchise history. And the win percentage of those 6 years would not amount to what we just saw from the Warriors with Clay, Draymond, and Curry. You can do that for the Suns. You can do that for the Pistons. You can do that for the Dallas Mavericks. You can do that for every team in the NBA except for five, and that's Chicago, Boston, Lakers, Spurs, and there's one more team in Philly. That's how dominant this team has been. That's how dominant. So when y'all see here and make these arguments, I don't understand the logic that comes behind it because to me it doesn't really make any sense, like at all. None of what y'all saying makes any sense because realistically speaking, this is a stretch that's on par with literally anything and anything that anybody's ever done, and that's not even taking into consideration the fact that we are basically talking about 6 postseason appearances in 8 years, with literally some of the greatest players this side of Michael Jordan's career, easily. Go ahead, go ahead, Ash. Go ahead, go.
I mean, you right about everything, bro. I mean, this easily like one of the top 10 best runs we've ever seen. If you want to dumb it down to an individual player, if you want to expand it to a whole team, like we ain't never seen some. Well, we have, but we haven't seen it to this level of just excellence, bro. Like what this franchise and what Steph and what all of them have been able to do over these last 8 years, it's pretty historical. And like I'm hating, best believe I am hating, but when I sit back and I'm not hating, bro, I look at it and it's like it's hard to deny like such greatness, man. What they've been able to accomplish, regardless of what year they're in. So I mean, hey, kudos to them, man.
Yeah, and what's even crazier is that I think people. So let me say before I go what I'm about to say. Let me say this. So that's the regular season. Everything I just said was solely based off of regular season, just so I wouldn't have to have a heavy slant on postseason. So let's run it like this. Now I'm looking in the regular season, and specifically, let's not even talk about what happened in the finals, then win the championships. Let's just say en route to the finals. So again, we can heavily skew it so there can be other teams in this conversation. The Warriors, within the 6 year span that they've made the playoffs in these last 8 years, right? In the last 6 years, in these six attempts, they've only lost 21 times. 21.
In the playoffs, you talking about in the playoffs total?
Yeah, in the playoffs, they've only taken like an L like 21 times in like in these series. That means that
Yeah,
they're
the Rockets got 33% of them.
that
That's why.
you know. Okay, all right. On James Harden again. That literally means for people that who don't know that literally means that they win at a like roughly 77 78 win percentage, but to put it in a more palatable conversation or palatable terminology, that means on average they're beating Western Conference teams in a 5 game series. That if you are any Western Conference team in the last 6 attempts that the Warriors have been in the playoffs, and you've been able to win 2 or more games against them in a series. Mind you, they've not lost a Western Conference team in the playoffs since 2014. They haven't done it at all in this stretch. Not one single time. But if you are anyone or any team that has won 2 or more games against the Warriors, that is an accomplishment. Because for the most part, they're beating teams in 5 games. That is the difference. These series that they beat these teams in, most of them are not even close. And if you somehow figure out a way to win 2 games against them, you need a round of applause. That's the difference. We're not even in the conversation of the fact that they made it to the finals and won championships, that they're on pace to. I believe they're probably favorite to win another championship this year, where they're going to win 4 championships in a 6 year span, which is something that I want to say that Duncan and them are the only ones who are close to. But even when Duncan won four, his first four, I think that was in like like an 8 or 9 year span. So again, when y'all are making these, when y'all hear me make these arguments, it's not based off of me overreacting. I think that people are really marginalizing what the Warriors are doing right now, and it's not like some, oh, you're overreacting to this one season with this one ring, bro. They were already on pace to doing this since 2015. It just got sidetracked for 2 years because of injuries. But you're telling me as soon as everybody gets healthy, they're right back to where they once were before?
Nah, cause it is kind of crazy, bro. Cause that's really some MJ type shit, right? And like you're really talking, we're really talking about a situation where if injuries don't happen, like forget KD, bro. If Clay don't get hurt, right? You're talking about a situation where maybe the Warriors don't get the same depth that they do now, but they might actually have gone to 8 straight finals, and that's pretty insane when you look back at it.
8 straight, 8 straight. And again, we're not even talking about wins and losses. I'm just talking about how dominant they've been to the Western Conference for the past 6 to 8 years. And if you're telling me that doesn't even correlate to what we've seen, if you're telling me that doesn't correlate to being better than, in my opinion, or at least in the conversation with the Spurs dynasty, and definitely better than the Lakers dynasty within these last 20, 30 years. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I legit have no idea what to tell you. But we bringing people up so y'all can 'cause I do. Oh yeah, well I'll talk about the Curry thing later. I'll talk about the Curry thing later. But y'all also, people, just quickly, people being critical on Curry is like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, I know people are saying Curry had a bad year. I want people to understand Curry having a bad year because of his shooting efficiency. It's not a bad year. It's not a bad year in the larger scale. It's just a bad year for Curry. Realistically speaking, Curry Curry's worst year, which is arguably this year. If you remove Curry's rookie season, this is Curry's worst year in terms of volume and contrast to his scoring efficiency, his true shooting percentage. This is worst year. Curry's worst year in this aspect is better than Luka Doncic's best year. It's on
Okay,
par.
okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, that was
Whoa!
unnecessary.
okay,
No, no,
okay.
no,
Let's
no,
calm it
no, no.
down. Let's
It
calm
was
it down. Let's calm
Keep
it down.
spitting,
it was better than
spitting,
28, 9, and 9.
keep spitting.
I'm talking about scoring.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were talking about he was better than Luke
No, no,
overall.
no, no, no. I'm talking about if the argument for Curry being bad this year, quote unquote, or people being critical of Curry because his efficiency isn't the same, which is fine. That's actually true. But to be clear,
But he
the
didn't
bar
score
for,
more than Luca.
say it again.
But Luca averaged more points.
I mean, but like what, 2 or 3 points?
I mean, 3 points. That's a pretty good margin
That's
up there. You feel me? 25
But the
is not a
point, but
lot
the
for
point,
Curry.
but the point I'm making was that when you look at the volume, like as a volume scorer, someone who's averaging 23, 25 plus points as a volume scorer, this year is better than any Luka year, any better than any Jason Tatum year, on par with Trey Young's best year, is better than basically every year of Devin Booker's career. Like, Curry's worst year in terms of scoring in contrast to his efficiency is on par, if not better, than most of the players in the NBA on their best year. So
he's
that's the
him.
point. I'm just saying.
He's him.
Yeah, y'all can talk. Y'all can talk.
So when we gonna slide out Kobe for Steph in the top 10?
Kobe's not even in my top 10. I don't even think he's
Okay.
a top
Slide
five
Kobe
Laker.
out.
Okay. All right, guys.
Low,
All right.
control
That's
your
not true. That's
space,
not true.
bro.
That's
What?
not a troll.
Yeah, I
Control
What?
know.
your
I
It's a
know.
space,
This
real
is
Low.
this is
question.
ridiculous.
When we sliding
That's
Kobe
not a
out?
troll.
Okay. All right, guys. Guys,
Bro, bro.
we would definitely be sliding Larry Bird out, but okay, we got it,
But
guys.
Larry's
I'm
better than
saying,
Kobe.
bro. People talking
Larry's
about
better
Kobe
than
before they talk about Larry Bird. People just want to get a hit takeoff, man.
Yeah, I know it's ridiculous. It's nasty. Bird would be sliding out of my top 10 before Kobe does.
That's kind of crazy, man. But
Where do you have
How
Kobe
is
at,
that
Flo?
crazy?
How is that
Kobe, Flo,
crazy
where do you have
if
Larry's
Kobe?
Kobe
better.
isn't?
Larry Bird is better than Kobe.
No, he's
I
not,
agree.
Lil Bro. No,
He's
he's
not, bro.
not,
I'm
man.
sorry to tell you, dog.
We
He's
not
not,
about to
bro.
have this debate, bro.
He's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you, he's not, dog.
How do y'all do top 10? Stats, legacy, or just pure basketball skill?
Everything.
If you're talking about greatest, which includes accolades, I mean, that's not even a discussion.
What do you mean it's not
How
a
is it not a
discussion? Larry
discussion?
Bird's
I think you
had
need
like 8
a.
prime years. What are you talking about? He was like
Bro,
8 years being
Larry's
like
peak
a,
is
a
better than
high level
anything Kobe's
superstar.
done. 88 Bird is better than any Kobe, bro.
You're
Do you
talking
even know
about a
what? Do you
peak.
even know what Bird did in '88?
Not 88. Am I thinking 88?
Yeah, that is a bad year. Actually, I just thought about
86?
That's
about
what I'm
86.
saying, bro.
Yeah.
What you talking? Yeah, '86. You mean? We not talking peak for peak. You just said he greater. So I'm trying to figure out how can Larry Bird be greater when he has like 9 years, if that, being like a Hall of Fame superstar. Like, what are we
I
talking about here?
mean,
Yeah. The
a
problem
more
with Bird
efficient
is that
scorer,
his
better
career is
playmaker.
just too short.
He's not a better scorer. That's
He's a
you're
more
capping out your
scorer.
ass.
Was he not a more efficient scorer?
Uh, Lo,
I
get
don't.
your space, bro. Get your
I
space,
don't,
man.
I don't even know if he was. Yeah. I think they might have been in the same ballpark. In all honesty.
Man, we need to put a poll out, bro, because y'all tripping. Larry Bird's like that.
Larry Bird's a significantly better playmaker as well.
Oh, okay, and Kobe's a significantly better defender, and he has a significantly longer longevity. And on top of it, he didn't
Who's a
need
better
these.
playoff performer?
I don't even know about that because when Larry Bird wasn't on
No,
those
bro.
super
Bird.
teams,
No, bro.
I don't know
No.
what to tell you, dog. Because you should
Bird
definitely.
was a significantly worse playoff scorer,
I'm
bro. I
honestly,
don't even know what we're talking about here.
y'all should really refer to what Bird was doing before he had them super mega teams, and then what he was looking. Bird had a 3 to 4 year postseason run that was very impressive, but that's really it. That's really really it.
And Kobe has like 2 3 to 4 year stretches of looking very impressive in the playoffs. So I don't know what we're doing here.
We'll talk about this later.
No, we're not. No,
No,
we're
we're
not.
not, bro. No, we're not, man. He's better than Bird, dog. Curry's passing Bird if he's passing anybody. Oh, and all these random people once again, bro. I gotta come out here and spit again, bro. He's not passing Hakeem, bro. Hakeem is closer to being the GOAT than he is to being top 10, dog. We stop having this conversation with Hakeem.
Wait, so who's your top 10, bro? Go ahead, list it.
And I mean, I don't have a definitive top 10. I know what I
You don't gotta
feel.
do order,
I
bro.
have like
Just say who
ranges.
it is.
All right, in no order, I guess it would be MJ, Bron, Kobe, Hakeem, Bird, Shaq, Russell. Who am I missing? What am I at? 7?
Wilt,
Didn't I just
Wilt, Duncan,
Wilt? I guess. Where am I at? 7, 6. Uh,
7.
Yeah.
You haven't
I'm
named
forgetting
Duncan.
niggas who. Duncan. I forgot
Tim Duncan's top
Duncan.
5.
I don't know. I'm forgetting
Shaq,
people who exist. I already
Shaq.
said Shaq. I already
You
said
said
him.
Shaq?
Yeah, Magic. Oh, Magic. I forgot Magic. And
Where do y'all keep Duncan at?
yeah,
Them
like
before
top
top 5 for
5.
me.
Duncan can either
Top
be
Top
5.
top
5, of course.
4
Top 5.
or like 7 for me.
All right,
Oh,
let me
and
see.
Kareem. That's why I forgot Kareem. Yeah, that's my top 10.
Yeah, it's Bird though. It's Bird. Bird is sliding out. Sorry to tell some of y'all,
Oh,
bro.
He
bro.
is.
I gotta go
Bird is
back.
definitely sliding out.
So who do you have as better, Shaq or Kobe?
I have Kobe over Shaq.
All
I
time?
don't know, bro. I
Yeah,
gotta
all
Oh
time.
wow.
disagree.
Yeah, please
All
respect
time. But if
Shaquille O'Neal,
I
legend
don't
winning.
mind. I don't mind the people who switch it
Who's the
down.
better Laker?
Well, it's Kobe.
Like
I don't know. To tell you.
while they're wearing Lakers jerseys, just during that period. Like
Yeah,
what are y'all
Kobe.
supposed
It's Kobe. It's Kobe. It's Kobe.
to
It's Kobe.
really? I don't know when that. Shaq was actually like 32, bro. I don't know.
Do you have Kobe? You have Kobe over Jordan?
When was he averaging 32?
On the Lakers. Hold on. Let me pull up stats.
What?
And I
What?
might be thinking. I might be thinking about playoff stats. I'm tripping.
Yo, y'all.
He literally averaged 30, bro.
You said 32 though. I don't even know if he averaged 30 with the Lakers.
He did. He did in 2000
Yeah, if you're right, he did.
with
He
14
basically
rebounds.
averaged 30.
I mean,
Yeah,
shit.
he
Same
talking about
difference.
peak Shaq. He's talking about peak Shaq, low 2000.
You have Duncan over Kobe though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Duncan is over
yeah,
Kobe.
he
Duncan's
is.
top five.
Okay.
Can we go back to him saying Hakeem is closer to the GOAT than top 10 when I think he has, what, two more All NBAs right now than Steph? All NBA first teams, not total, but All NBA first teams. Steph can definitely pass Hakeem. Like, that is definitely on the table. It's not like Hakeem is some
I didn't. That's
dude.
not okay. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like Hakeem is closer to being to MJ, LeBron, Duncan, like the top five, Kareem, than he is to being like Bird and Oscar and all those guys people like to group Hakeem with.
No, that's fair.
Hakeem's peak was kind of crazy.
Yeah, but those other guys don't have that hole in the argument saying, well, your success came at the expense of Michael Jordan not being here.
Yeah,
That
bro.
kind of hurts a lot.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I don't really care when he was. There were years where he was better than Jordan and just had a worse team. And
What
we
year?
all knew Hakeem. What do you mean? What year? 93? 93?
Hold on, let me pull up.
Where he was peaking as like
All
the,
right, well that's because
if not the
Jordan
best
didn't fucking
defender
play.
ever. What do you mean? He did in 90. What are you talking about? He won the championship that year.
Oh, you're talking about 92? Oh, I'm trying. I'm looking at the
Yeah, I'm
wrong
talking about
year.
92,
There's a gap.
93. That's what I'm
Yeah, I got
referring
you.
to. Yeah.
Well, when Jordan averaged 32, I'm just looking at his Google stats. Oh yeah,
He's saying the best defender ever. I don't think he's saying the best player ever. I think as an individual player, yeah, Hakeem has that conversation. But legacy-wise, accolade-wise, I'm not saying he's close to the top five. When the top five probably has Jordan, Bron,
But
Kareem.
I'm not going off just accolades though. I'm not going purely off of accolades. I'm going off everything I've seen, and from what I've seen, what I've watched, bro, and what he is as a player combined with what he did, like I don't see why he isn't closer to the top five, if not being top five, than he is to like that especially like not even just the lower top 10, but like y'all be comparing him to guys who aren't even top 10.
Like Oscar, that's crazy.
Can we talk about?
yeah, Oscar top 10 is
Can we
nasty.
put an end? We really need to put an end to this Kobe slander. I don't understand why niggas just be like the first all-time great that gets disrespected all the time is Kobe Bryant. Oh, now because Steph is top
Well,
10, we
now they
kicking
started
Kobe out.
overrating him
I
when he passed
I don't
away.
no,
I mean,
it's not, bro. Because every time in his prime, damn near every time in his prime when he had a squad, the nigga was in the finals. I don't get it. Like I don't understand. Yes,
he was a
did he
good
win the
player.
first three with Shaq? Absolutely. Does Magic Johnson get penalized because he won all of his championships with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Does he get penalized because he also had a number one pick with James Worthy as a third option, who also won a Finals MVP? Like, what are we talking about? Larry
So do you
Bird
have
played
Kobe
with three,
over
four
Not the
Hall of
Magic
same
Johnson?
Famers,
thing.
and
Not the same.
the first thing niggas bring up with Kobe is, oh, he played with Shaq. Okay, and then he went back to the finals 3 straight years without another top 75 player
Cook,
on the team. And he's
Cook.
a 9-time first team all
That was
defensive
pretty nice.
player.
I ain't gonna
What are
lie.
we talking about?
Okay, yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah, he's
Because you're
closer.
talking to
Right,
niggas who
eight to
watched
10.
Kobe and didn't watch Magic. I mean, that's
Kobe's
probably why.
closer to 10 than he is to the top five.
No,
Okay,
he's not. He's
that's
one of the
okay.
most all around. He's one of the best all around players of all time.
I
Stop,
don't know
like,
that.
stop. We have to stop this
Mm.
slander because the
That's not
media.
slander. He's closer
That
to
is
8 to 10.
slander. You came on here and said we're kicking him out the top 10
I was
over
trolling
niggas
a
like
little bit.
Larry Bird and Oscar Robertson and shit. What are you
Nah,
talking
he's
about?
better than Oscar.
Nah,
He's better
nobody
than
got
Oscar.
Oscar
Shut
top
up.
10
Shut
Yeah,
up.
for
Shut
no,
up.
no
Shut
one
up.
has
Shut up.
Oscar. He's just closer to 8 to 10 than he is to the top five.
No, he's not. He's closer to 5.
Nah, bro, he's not fucking
What's your top five, homie?
Kareem, Magic,
Top 5
Jordan, and
to me.
LeBron.
To me, hold on real quick. To me, Kobe is
You could low key put Hakeem over that nigga too. I ain't gonna lie.
no. You can't low key
Five.
put Akeem over shit. No, you can't. No,
Here's the
you
thing.
can't.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the top 10, right? The top 10, everyone has a case to be the greatest at their position, besides Kobe. That's the problem with
Because
Kobe.
he's going against the greatest, who
Yeah,
everybody
why is
considers
that
the
a
greatest
smack
of
on
all
Kobe?
time. That's a
Why is
weak
that a
ass
smack on
argument.
Kobe?
No,
Yeah, because he's not better than Michael Jordan. I can't say
no, no,
he's
no, no,
close
no,
to
no.
Right,
the top
exactly.
five.
That's
I'll
a
tell you this.
dumbass argument.
I'll tell you this. I'll
Yeah, I
tell you
can't hold
this.
you. Stupid.
The best thing Kobe has is his competition in the West. He definitely has that.
Right,
was
and he
that?
also dominated the best conference in league history. What are we talking about?
Yes, that's why he's top 10, bro. Relax.
No, he's top 10. He's top 10 because of his accolades. Not that's the sugar
Bro, read
on
us your
top
top
to
10 real
make him
quick. Let me
top
see who you're
5.
putting him over.
Can we just lock the top 4 in? Like, I feel like Magic,
Oh yeah, it's
Jordan,
Jordan,
MJ,
He's
LeBron,
better than
Kareem,
LeBron,
Magic.
Magic,
Kareem.
and
are
Duncan.
Is
locked. You're not
Kareem?
moving those
He's
guys out.
better than Magic.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
Yeah, bro. I don't know about
You
that.
see, now this is why Kobe gets slanted. This
Maybe
is
they're
why
using
Kobe gets
condoms.
slanted.
Wait,
What
why do you have Kobe over Magic?
what did Matt is Magic a better defender? He's a better passer. I give that to him. Yep. Better passer, better playmaker. List something else.
Better win.
Better leader, better winner,
No,
more
how is he a
IQ.
better leader? They won the
You,
same amount of rings, and he also played with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy.
are
What are
we
we
are we
With
gonna
talking
Shaq,
about?
Didn't
and
you
say
Kobe
just
Kobe
make
played
the
with
didn't play with
point
Shaq.
that
Shaquille
people
O'Neal
use
though?
that
Like,
same argument for Kobe?
What the
You said what?
fuck?
You were just upset that people made that same argument about who they played with.
Right, but then what Kobe did was also prove that he could lead a team as the number one guy 3 straight
But
times
that's literally
before
Bro,
he
Magic
won.
Johnson's
Magic did the
story where he
same
played
thing.
center.
Magic did the same thing in his
That was
rookie
one
year.
game, you goofy ass niggas.
Nah,
out of 5
nah,
championships, is that what we're saying? Out of
nah,
5
I'd
I'm
rather
just
have
talking
Pau
about
championships,
one
Gasol
game.
than
Only
lose
for one
Kareem per
game
game.
Kareem didn't play. That's one game, bro.
nah.
What are you talking about? Nah. Can somebody come with a fact on why Magic Johnson is better than Kobe, please? I gave y'all he's a better playmaker and passer.
There's a
Yes.
difference
Name
between better
something
and greater.
else.
There's a difference between better and greater. Like
I
greater.
What are
think
we
I think
talking about?
Are
I
we
What do
think
you
taking
mean?
40-year-old Kareem over Pau Gasol?
I think that
Plus
he's
James Worthy?
I think what he's saying. I think the argument for Magic is just that his impact on winning was greater than Curry. I mean Kobe's,
Yes, thank
unfortunately.
you.
Why when they have the same amount of rings? I don't
Oh
understand.
my god. Okay,
Nah, How
Bro,
many of
James
those
Worthy
rings do
was
you think
Andrew
okay.
Magic
Wiggins,
was
man.
not the
Magic,
best player on this
Bro.
team? Let's
Magic
start there.
was better in more of his rings than Kobe was.
That's why Shaq over Kobe too.
Yeah, there you go.
No, because unfortunately for Kobe, the time where he was maxing out as an individual player, his starting center was Kwame Brown, and his starting point guard was Smush Parker, and he was still dragging them niggas to the playoffs. What,
Unlike LeBron.
what are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? The nigga,
He's
the nigga
no,
averaged
no one's saying
35
Kobe's not a
points
great
a
player.
game and was first team all defense.
And he
What
blew
are
a
we
3-1
talking about?
lead. And he blew a 3-1 lead. So
Yeah,
what are we
to the
talking about?
number one team and the
Why is
number one
being
and number
barely
two
top 10 an
seed.
insult? It's still pretty fucking good.
That
No, the problem is that the first nigga y'all want to kick out is Kobe.
I was trolling, man. Relax, bro. Relax. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke.
No, I got Kobe at like 9.
No, man.
Kobe like 8 to 10. That's where that nigga's
Okay,
at.
so I think it's real talk. Is Kobe above Tim Duncan for you all time?
no.
No.
I'm not. I'm
For
talking
me,
about the person who's arguing for Kobe. Is Tim Duncan worse than Kobe all time for you?
yes, for me.
Oh, you're trolling.
God,
No, I'm not trolling.
Bro.
you got to get some rope, bro. Come on, son. You
No.
got to get